Welcome back to Raising Geniuses. We are still with our guest Wambo. We are still talking about this journey of a student in the tech world, from university to short courses. Karibu sana. Now tell us specific opportunities that you and your friends have jumped onto, and that apparent here, maybe they have a software engineering student currently, and they do not know where to start. Where do you think they can jump into?
Number one, I think networking is very important. If your student or your child is in a physical school, encourage them to network with friends, because someone knows someone who knows someone who knows someone. Yes. And someone will need help with something, and you're the one who knows how to do it. And I'll be like, I know this person who does it, and that's how you get your opportunity. Number two, hackathons.
Yes.
I want to talk about that, but in uni, hackathons are very important, because that's where, like for me, I met most of my friends through hackathon. We were in the same class, yes, but we were not friends.
What's a hackathon? Explain to our user what's a hackathon.
Okay. A hackathon is an event or a competition that is held where you're given a problem. Yeah, we want to solve the issue of entertainment.
Yes.
You create something. It can be an ideation. You can come with an idea. You can come with a system. You can come with a prototype. Just bring us a solution.
Here is the problem.
You as the employer,
okay.
This company the company that needs a solution.
So a company says we want this solution. They bring to university students, and then they participate in the competition, which is the hackathon.
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes it's even startups. It doesn't have to be university students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if there are those startups, because what happens when you're in hackathons, when you're in a hackathon, like you people are smart. Let me tell you, people are very smart. So you go there thinking you have the best solution until you listen to someone's solution and you just question yourself.
Yes.
So when you're there, you network. You're like, hi, I see you're good in this and this and this. You get to network, and then through these hackathons, there's so many groups where jobs are posted. There's so many groups where skills, like, learn this skill, open this link.
Yes.
Those things are posted.
Yes.
So in one way or another, you get to get a job or you get to learn a skill. And, when you're in a group like that, we all have different strengths. Maybe, like, I know personally, I like project management. So anything managing people, I love. I know someone who's good at backend. So if someone comes to me, I won't do it, but I know who to call, like that. So it's important to network, be in those spaces. There are WhatsApp groups. LinkedIn is very important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have to be on LinkedIn. I hear a lot of collaboration in tech. How does this work?
So, I have a system.
Yes.
I need, for example, now Elimutab.
Yes.
You guys have a software that you have tablets.
Yes.
Maybe maybe I have a system that would need would need me to create a tablet. Yes. Why would they create a tablet? Why don't I just come and collaborate with you? One that will lessen the work I do. It will lessen the money I'll use on creating this system. You win and I win. When you're coming with your tablet, you're also coming with people. You're also coming with customers. So by the end of the day, it's a win-win situation. So if I'm creating a system, like for me, if, for example, I'm creating like my project now, my Fodia project, it's a road management system. If I needed to create a payment system, why do I need to go and create a system and there's M-Pesa? Why don't I just use already what is
already existing?
Yeah.
So the collaboration helps in making the solutions accessible faster.
And it lessens the work
that you're supposed to do. Okay, good. Now, you engage in these competitions, hackathons, and there are these gigs that come in. Eventually, if a parents want their children to enroll in this course, which are the career options that they have when they go out to the market?
In computer science or in tech?
In tech in general, and also in computer science and software engineering.
So I think, one, people should leave the standard of doing basic IT jobs. I really discourage, your work is to connect Wi-Fi, because we're still taught that in
we are all technical managers.
Yes. So your work is to connect Wi-Fi. Or someone's page is not opening, so you go help them open. Or my email is not visible. No, that's not it. So I'd encourage again, as long as you know how to code.
Yes.
Please know how to code. Please know how to, if I'd give you something, like you can be able to fix it. Most of the time, like for me, if you'd find a friend, maybe I love just JavaScript, as I said. There's another language called Laravel.
Yeah.
So you might find I don't know how to code it. But again, as I said, coding is the languages. It's like speaking. You can get the hang of it.
Yes.
Even someone who doesn't know how to speak Kiswahili,
Yes.
he'll still get the hang of it because he knows how to speak English.
Yeah.
So even with someone asking me to code another language, I don't know, but I will. I will, because I know the basics of coding. I know this is how you set up the files. I know the basics. So just know how to code first of all. Know how to code, because whether you want to do data analytics, you want to be an AI machine learning engineer, you want to do software engineering,
Yes.
you want to do anything, you must have the skills of coding.
Okay.
So learn how to code, and then now know what you love.
Yeah.
Do you love software engineering? Your work is to be stressed out 24/7. Sitting, coding, you're not moving. A cup of coffee is a basic need for a developer. Or do you want to sit down and train a model? Your work is training a machine learning model how to work. Or your work is to look at data and say, I'm seeing in 5 years, you guys will make a profit of 5 million. Which one do you like? Choose what you like, because you can be a data analytics person, you can be a software engineer, you can do cybersecurity. There are so many things you can be able to do within, but depending on what you like, because these things demand different things.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's so many options you can choose from.
Too many options.
So the basics you suggest is have a
Just know how to.
degree
Yeah.
in computer science,
Yes.
and then have the additional courses, whether it's software engineering, cybersecurity, AI, or all those modules.
Yes. And I think I'd also like to say nowadays, certifications are very important.
Okay.
Certifications are very important, because I think now employers know through these certifications you've gotten a skill, but the degree, because as an employer, I know you've also done the degree and you know how it was, and you know you got nothing. So if I come ask for employment with a degree, you know what I have in my head is nothing. But with certifications, certifications are free. There's Google, AWS, all those things, they're so free, and you actually get skills. So get certifications. Have as many, have 1 million. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about girls and tech.
Yes.
Give your opening statement about girls and tech.
I was working in a company where I would get into a board meeting and I was the only girl. And these were old men. When I say old men, even in the ideations, you just wonder. You can't speak because you will go home empty.
Bosses.
Yes, you will not pay your rent.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful, because being in that space with men only, like you speak, they listen. You speak, they listen. They actually take what you're saying into consideration, because since you're a girl, or you have a third eye, you can be able to see something we are not seeing. They listen. I think it's a beautiful space, and everywhere you go as a woman in tech, I think you're respected, because which I think is wrong, like what I'm about to say. People think tech is hard and only men can do it, but it's not.
So girls think tech is hard.
Men, no, I think no, everyone thinks tech is hard.
Okay.
Everyone thinks.
So girls shy away from it.
Yes, because they think it's hard, coding especially.
Yeah.
So
Is it hard?
No, it's not.
Okay.
As long as you get the hang of it, it's not. Sometimes it can be discouraging, and to be honest, you feel foolish more than you feel educated almost every day. Like for me, sometimes you code, it gets to a point you don't even know what you're doing. It's not working.
Yes.
You sit down and wonder. Or you sit next to another developer, he's speaking Spanish, you don't understand. And you wonder, what have I been doing? So you feel that like you don't know most of the time, but that's the beauty, because if you mention a functionality I don't know, I will run and read about it, so that next time I'll be able to give suggestions.
Okay. So what does it take to be a girl and you in the tech space? What should a girl do so that they make sure they excel in the tech space?
Well, unfortunately, you need to work extra hard.
Work hard.
Because they think we can't do it.
Yes.
So you need to prove yourself again and again and again and again, because as I mentioned, even when I was working with those group of men, I ended up becoming the project manager because they were giving me the soft jobs.
Yes.
They're not telling me, create that page, can you go research for us how this can work?
Because they believe
naturally, yes, they believe I can't do it.
Yeah.
So for me to imagine now, for me to sit down and for them to tell me, go create this app for us, I'd need to prove that I know how to code, how to code. But without that, it's gonna be, can you create this meeting for us? Yeah. Can you organize this for us? So you end up being the one managing them, but not doing the technical thing. Number 2, you need to learn skills. As a girl, whatever a man knows, you need to know. Whatever don't shy away from learning, don't shy away from asking questions. And when you find yourself in a group of men, because that's the norm,
Yes.
don't shy away, be bold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you be bold. Now, this girl wants to to do a course in tech, and they don't know where to start, or they are shy, and they go to the class, it's all full of boys. What are the key things that they should do so that they make sure they are on top of the game?
One, I think I'd say a lot of research. So for example, I have come to learn software engineering today. There are so many things that are going to be mentioned that I have no idea about, or there are so many things this man that will mention that I don't know about. So it's for me to go research. It's for me to go learn.
A lot of research.
A lot of research, a lot of learning, and putting yourself out there. Let them say uko na kiherehere, but can this function be done? Yes, let me do it, because that's the only way you get to learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So research, good way.
Yes.
Accepting any job that
Yeah.
comes and keep doing.
Because that's the only way you're going to learn.
Okay. And that has made you stand out.
For me,
Yeah.
that is what has made me stand.
Okay. Very good. Good. Let's discuss about the future of work. Tell us about, there's a lot of things on coding, AI, and all these things. Your opinion on the future of work.
The future of work, one, let me just say the location will be online. So I know someone, he's a developer and he works fully online for a company abroad. He's never gone there. He doesn't know. He's never faced the boss side by side, and he's paid 1.5 million.
1.5 million.
Million
Kenyan.
per month.
Canadian.
And you
Not
can
that-
imagine, no. And you can imagine,
Yeah.
he's paid in dollars.
Wow.
So him, you might say him staying home all day, but he's really working, and that's what's sustainable at the moment, because most companies abroad don't have the skills, don't have people who have the skills, so they come look for people in these countries where you work extra hard.
Yes.
So I think the place will be online, because even now, even like for example where I'm like attaching currently, you just go in the office when there's a meeting. As long as you're at home, you've done your work. Okay, that's all that's needed, because your laptop is your location. It's like, if you'd go to the office without a laptop, you'd rather have stayed home. So you'd rather stay home with your laptop and work. So I think it's gonna be online.
Yes. So the future of work is on.
Yeah, it's
You
good.
just need to open your laptop
And work.
start working.
Yes.
Okay.
And even when you see the laptops currently, they're very nice. They're very small.
yeah,
Yeah, they're adapting to
you can
that.
fit in the handbag.
Yes.
Of young
Yeah.
ladies like you.
Yes.
Okay.
And then number two, I think, again, I'll go back to coding now and say, let me say, I was talking to someone who was discouraging me about software development because of AI.
Okay.
But let me say,
Yeah.
even if AI can create that system for you,
Yes.
you still need me to integrate. We still need me to go through and tell you this user experience is not okay. Because development just doesn't involve coding. AI can code for you
Yes.
at the moment. But you need someone to do the user experience for you. You need someone to align. Because by the end of the day, AI is so generic. It doesn't know you as my customer. He doesn't know Anthony as my customer. But I know Anthony loves a button that looks like this.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, even if AI is, you'll need me to host that system for you. You'll need me to debug it for you. It can create, but it's gonna create it with bugs. I'll need to debug it for you. So AI is not. It's going to make work easier, but by the end of the day, you still need developers.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So I think learn how to code, and then maybe. But my personal opinion, that's what I'm doing. In as much as you're doing software engineering, have something else on the side.
What is that something else?
My mind is cybersecurity.
Okay.
Because but then truth be told,
Yeah.
if you wanted me to create a system for you right now, I'll sit there, I'll get AI design the UI for me, I'll do the functionality myself and then connect. But that's not sustainable, because eventually employers will know AI can create this for me.
Yeah.
But when I tell you I can do that, but I can also
Yeah.
I can secure your system. Yeah, I'll be very.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. Now tell us about the jobs that you think will be there in the future, and what these people are watching here, whether they have young children, what should they do about it?
Well, currently the obvious is machine learning and AI.
Yeah.
Because where I was working again, we were automating cars.
Yes.
So you can imagine such a job.
What do you mean
Not
automating
many.
cars?
We were working for a company in China
Yes.
that are automating cars. So they send us the data,
Yeah.
we label the data, we annotate. So if it's a road, so they send you roads in China, right? So you label the road in a way that if I was to give a car this label, so labeling the road is like saying point A, point B, point C, point D.
Yeah.
In some language, I can't start explaining, but yeah, it's a language.
Yeah.
So when I give this data to the car, it can be able to move straight. When for example, if this is a bump, when it's here, it knows there's a bump ahead.
100 meters.
Yes, there's a bump. So it's gonna go, it slows down.
Feeding this data.
Yeah, so we create the data,
Yeah.
we label the data,
Yeah.
we send back the data to those people.
Yes.
So that's machine learning. That's
So,
the
like for which company? Is it
I've forgotten I've forgotten the name.
But is it? Don't need to mention the, maybe is it automatic car company?
Yes, it is in China. Yes, it's an automatic car company. So what they do, that guy was when the person is driving, he goes taking photos of to have the view of the car. How is the car seeing this road? So he takes the photos of the car, of the road, different roads, different sizes. They have so many labels on the road. So it's for you to, for example, in the lanes, there's a straight lane, there's one that is dotted, there's one that is yellow, red, white. So you label all of them differently. For example, if I have road A and road B, the red lane on road A, it will be labeled differently they're totally unique.
Yeah.
In a way that an automatic car can be able to, it doesn't need anyone to drive,
Driverless car.
but it will know,
Yes.
I'm supposed to overtake here or I'm not supposed to overtake, depending on the type of lane. So right now, everything is being automated. Treadmills have been automated. Machines to work out, they're being automated. Doors, windows, nothing, everything is being automated.
AI now.
Yes.
So
This is
the
AI.
future of work, they should be prepared.
Yes.
Have something to do.
Training machines. You train
Train
your
machines.
bottle to move from there to count from here. So I think that's the future because everything is moving towards that direction. And then now we can I'd say cybersecurity, because all these systems need to be secured. And the more we automate things, the higher the risk of cyber attacks
Yeah.
goes high,
Yeah.
right? So I need someone to, I've created this laptop can move from there to there.
Yeah.
How do I protect it not to go there? No, you need someone who knows cybersecurity. And then software engineering, which is now like English it's the basic thing right now.
So let's say my daughter wants to become a doctor. How does it link to whatever you're talking about in technology?
So tech is everywhere.
Yes.
Tech is in that course, it's in law. Everywhere you go, everyone has a gadget. Everyone is using data. Everywhere you go, and anywhere you're using data, someone technical is needed. So if she wants to become a doctor, she can become the doctor, or she can do tech
Yes.
medicine.
Yeah.
So it's for her to choose what does she like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everywhere.
Everywhere data, as long as data is being used, as long as you're using data, whatever data it is, a name, there is tech that is needed, there is tech that is being used, you need someone.
So we're just about to go to the hackathon, but I wanted you to tell us one of the most interesting things you've seen in the tech space. You're talking about cars in China and all that. What are the interesting things have you seen in the tech space? Maybe projects you had that are people doing?
Yeah. So I can mention maybe two. So let me talk about my final project.
Yeah.
I don't have the resources, but it was to do this project with resources. I mean money, the models, because training models is very hard. And you see when my project needs AI.
Yes.
It's a project I was just doing research, and in other companies, in other countries,
Yeah.
like our Kenha now,
Yes.
or our
Road.
Kura.
Yes.
How they do it, how they do their monitoring, we have cars that have machines below.
Okay. Yes.
So when you're driving that car, and then they have screens on the windscreen.
Okay.
So when you're driving that car and then you hit a pothole, the system automatically picks there's a pothole, and that's a pothole, and it's at this section of the road. So there's a map that shows you. So the output of that whole system is the manager somewhere is seeing, maybe from Tuseme Sambu, Thika Road. At this point, there are 9 potholes, and you can see that where exactly they are. At this point, there are 20 cracks, like that. And nobody is inputting that data. You're just driving, and the car is sensing depending on the movement, the motion, the vibration. I think that's very interesting because it automates a lot of things. And that's why I think you find roads there are very efficient, because when you have such a system, you don't have any excuse that the road is not.
100 people to be.
Yeah, you don't, and from there now you can be able to assign tasks depending on the issue. I think Yeah, I think that's the most interesting thing I've seen right now. And also the automating cars thing. It's a tedious process. Just seeing your car move by itself, whatever, for it to get there, it took a lot of manual, it took a lot of labor, and it also took a lot of money, the resources I'm talking about. Yeah.
Good, thank you. So let's talk about the hackathon. I saw you on the newspaper, then I saw you on TV, the trend. What is this hackathon? And tell us how you went about it and what happened.
Okay, so I was invited to a hackathon by my friends.
Okay.
He invited me on Saturday, and the hackathon was Monday. So I don't know anything. I've never heard of the system he wants to build.
Yeah.
We were given the problem statement by Nation Media, which was to come up with a solution where we can create money for them. 1, 2, engage users. 3, help them reach users more. So engage and reach.
Okay. And they want money.
And they want money. Yeah, money is it's the main thing.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We've registered, but we don't know what we want.
Okay. So this is a challenge that was given by Nation Media.
Yes. So what they do, they put out a poster, and I think the catchy thing was the money. So they are $1,000. So they tell you this is the money. So you think. So in hackathons, most of the time you can come with an ideation, because sometimes there's not enough time to create the solution. So you just come with an idea or a prototype, or the system itself you can. So on Sunday night is when we came up with the prototype. And we came up.
Say a prototype. What does?
Yeah, a prototype is like it's like a working solution, but it's not the actual solution. It's just doing basics, and maybe like the UI is not well defined. It's just like the skeleton of your solution. It's a skeleton of your solution. So on Monday we went for the hackathon, and it was very intriguing because people are very smart. Let me just say. I remember there was someone who had trained a model it's called Sainsema.
Yeah.
What the model does is you can do sign language to it. It tells you what you've done, right? You can say things to it. It does the sign language. It can, those things. So he wanted the solution. You see, when someone is reading news, there's usually someone who does the interpretation. So instead of having someone keep on, just automate the whole entire.
So as a go, it can keep doing and doing without having to place somebody.
No, you don't have to place someone.
Okay.
So I found that solution very, very smart. So when you go to the hackathon and you listen to other people's solution, you can become discouraged. But we kept on moving. So the first day we were like, I think 47 teams, and then they broke them down to 15. Then we went back on Friday. So on Friday is when we were announced winners. So you go present the solution. There's a whole panel of judges asking technical questions. So they have different people. There's one who asking you about the money side, technical side, like what servers would be used. So they see, you know what you're saying. And then on Friday we announced winners.
Wow.
So yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Okay, proceed.
So from that, obviously, we got a lot of publicity,
Yeah.
you know. People got to know our solution and come.
Why do you think you won?
Because now I've known better,
Yes.
our solution was aligning to their next project.
Okay.
Yes. So what the next project they wanted to do was aligning with ours. So they have a platform called Mtawangu. So Mtawangu is like a news platform for each county. So Mtawangu is for Nakuru. So they were thinking of creating another one for Eldoret. So we went to them and told them, now our solution is, instead of creating one for every county, why don't you just create one and then integrate maps, integrate a location feature that news change depending on where you are. It's the same platform, but whatever I am seeing in Nakuru is not what someone else is seeing in Kisumu, So that's why we won. Yeah.
Good. So what are the packs? What is the way forward?
The money, of course, we got the money.
Yeah.
And then number 2, we got to like the people who our competitors, we got to talk and network. And these people are very smart, because I had people who are data analytics, and they are very smart. You sit down and you even wonder how did you win? Like how did I win and yet you this knowledgeable? And then number 2, we got up an opportunity to do the system for them. So that the plans are still underway.
Yes.
And of course, like you get the people from Nation Media, like you get to interact with them, you get to know like they're really nice people. And also shifting your mind to how tech can change the media industry. I think it's a very interesting thought, because tech and media don't go really well. Like people using technology in media, it's very hard. But now we are trying to introduce that you can take everything to tech. So I think it's a very nice advantage.
Very nice. So you got a gig with Nation Media.
Yes.
You're exposed to other experts in the industry. Good. Thank you. Good job. Very good job. Congratulations. Now, closing remark. So let's talk to that girl who wants to go into the tech space. Let's talk to that parent who wants to decide if their child can enroll on a tech space and what opportunities are there. You can do the closing.
I can start with the parent.
Yes.
I can say investing in certificates is very important.
Okay.
Investing in certificates is actually very important. Or investing in that small school you think is small, that your daughter wants to go to or your son wants to go to do this cybersecurity course, for example. It's very important, because by the end of the day, that's what is going to grant them the skill, not that degree they're doing. And don't fear if I don't know where I come from. I have to do a degree.
Yeah.
But if sometimes it goes well and people learn from these small schools, and the skills actually they go a long way and they end up getting really nice jobs. So don't fear. Depending on the dynamics, you can be as flexible as you can. Don't put yourself onto the degree only. And again, investing in the certificate, it's very expensive. So prepare yourself for that. For the child, the daughter, the son, tech is really sweet. The only bit about it is that you can never stop learning and you can never feel like you're the best. There's always someone better than you. There's always someone who knows something that you don't. So it's good to accept that and agree to collaborate. In tech, collaboration is the thing. And that's why you see big companies putting solutions together. So never stop learning. Invest in education. In as much as your parent wants to, you yourself invest in education. Research. Be ready to work. Sometimes as a software engineer, I don't sleep, and it's okay. That's the path you've chosen. Nothing comes easy. So be ready to invest. Sometimes I remember when I started software engineering, we were told my social life will be intruded a bit, and that's true, because sometimes you sit and you're coding and you don't want to go anywhere, you don't want to do anything. That's all you need to do, and that's totally fine if you want to be in this industry. Just find friends like you so that you can code together. And yeah, just be open-minded about this industry and everything will be okay. And it's an industry with money, because everything is moving to that side. Every industry needs a tech person. You just need to have the skill. And yeah,
good. So for this parent with a 3-year-old and they want to get to the tech space, where do they start? They have to wait until they are 18 so that they can start.
No, I don't think so. You can start with small things. I have a sister, she's older than me. She's doing her PhD, but I teach her how to create a Zoom meeting. I teach her how to do a spreadsheet. She's earning more than me, but I'm teaching her how to do things. That does not make sense. So starting with digital literacy skills, personally, I think it's very important. Yeah. Can your child open a Google Word platform and export, for example? That's a very small skill, but people don't know how to do it. People don't know how to write an email. Right now at jobs, it's email. Nobody will sit you down and teach you how to write emails. So those skills are very important. Because that's where you start. Because you cannot give me a laptop to code and I don't know how to open the document. I don't know how to. Yeah. So teach the child how to use a laptop. Let them be versant with the tech. So when it's time to do the big girl things, big boy things, it's going to be easy.
Wow. Really nice. Thank you very much for coming.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming to our channel. Thank you for the insights. We'll call you back definitely again. After you progress, you tell us about cyber security and all that. Thank you very much for watching. You've heard from Wambo that tech is not for men only. Tech is for you to start where you are. You can decide on a 4-year course. You can decide of a 6 months program, even a 3 months program. But the skill set is the most important thing. Employers are looking for tech people, not only here in Kenya, but globally. As we hear, a person is earning 1.5 million and they're employed by a tech company in the US. So let's invest in tech for our children. We also heard that if you have a child who is 3-year-old and older, maybe up to 17, make sure you start introducing them to digital literacy. As we say, starts from the home. Make sure you show them how to use the tablet, the computer. Number 2, make sure the school where they go is adopting digital literacy training, and make sure that in all these things, we keep them updated with everything that comes in, whether it's AI or anything that's coming to the world of tech. So thank you for watching. Let's keep raising geniuses one episode at a time. Thank you.